Hey, good morning YouTube. Okay, we're going to work on this kitchen cabinet door. And it's just a door, the opening's already there. So I got my strap on here, so it calls for 45, hers are all a 45-degree cut. And when I tried to look at it, it looks like they use these metal pieces to hold it all together along with the glue. Kind of like those glazer things for glass that are coming up inside. I don't have any of that, but I do have some biscuits. So I've got a number 20, and I've got 0. And they're different sizes. When we use the biscuit joiner, we have to set it up for which one works best. So what I'm doing here is I'm just looking to see the 20 will fit in here fine, and the 0 will fit in here fine. I think though, since it's a cabinet door and it's not going to really have any weight, I really don't need to go after a 20. That takes quite a bit of wood out. Plus, the bigger the biscuit, the more chances of it caving in time. They tend to dip. But a 0 will be fine, I'm sure. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. And then the other part that I want to do for her is we're going to install these little gas shocks that will help hold it open, because it's going to be high for her. It's going to be up high. So this is a 100N. That's the amount of pressure that they push. I'm not sure if I'm going to need 1 or 2. So we'll do 1 and we'll see how it works. Because I've seen that for the door, 1 is really plenty. 2 might be just too much to close on. So we'll install that. But it comes with 2 types of connections here. And I need to get a different set, because this round one that's in here is not going to work. It's going to stick out. I'm not going to be happy with it, I don't think. So I'm going to have to think that through. Moving right along. Hey YouTube, Jim here. Alright, so I cut this off camera. I didn't think you needed to see it. It was just 45-degree miters on the end here. Put my strap clamp around to hold it all together. First, on all biscuit joints, is to make a mark, a center mark for where the jointer is going to cut. It's got a line on it there. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to manually put a line in here. Maybe. Wrong pencil. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to put a line right in the middle and going it right straight across with this all put together. Then I'm going to put a number 1 and a number 1. Then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing right about in the middle. And I'm going to put a number 2 and a number 2. Number 3, number 3. And then we'll do the same right here. Number 4, number 4. All right, so I'm going to try. I don't know if you'll be able to see my markings or not. Where's the camera? It's right there. So that's how I made my marks. Hopefully that's showing up in the view. Just like that. And I marked it 1 through 4. Now that I've done that, I can go ahead and dismantle the pieces and get ready to set it up. Okay, you guys, so now I got to get this thing lined up with my board to get it into the center here. So we just use our eyeball and use the quill to get this. I'm looking at the blade, just kind of bringing it into the center. It doesn't have to be exact, because the basic thing is it'll cut in the same place on every board. Okay. Now I'm pretty close. So all you have to do at this point is make sure where I had my marks here is to make sure that I keep them all oriented the same side, and these will cut all in the same spot, and then the biscuit will fit right in there. If you flip it over accidentally, you may not get a good alignment because I may not have had that perfectly centered. Now, if you perfectly center it, then it doesn't matter which way you orient them when you cut them in. But I make it a point myself, because I can't guarantee I'm going to be perfectly centered, to make sure that I've got my boards, my face marked and the back marked, so that when I cut the biscuits, they line up perfectly and I get a nice flat surface. Because that's the whole idea behind the biscuits, is to help align it this direction. It helps this way too, but you have movement here, okay? You don't want movement this way when you're gluing it up, especially like a picture frame. This is like a picture frame. So that's what I do. All right, YouTube. Looks like the last time I used this, I was set to, I used a 20. These, I don't know if the camera's going to show, there's 3 grooves on here. 20, 10, and 0, and I've got to go to 0. So we've got these set screws on the end that adjust it. I'm going to go ahead and lift this up a little bit so that I can use my wrench properly. Oops, sorry. And there's one on either side, so we'll just do one at a time here. I need to go right about there. That looks good for that one. So now on this one, what I'll do is, because you can see the end, I will just turn this in until I see it touch. Oops. Right there. All right. So that's set for 0 now. this is what we're going to cut. There's our line. Let me adjust this back and eyeball to the center. Now I need to go this end. I need to go with the light a little bit better. Oops. That looks good right there. Lock that in. Yeah, I could come up just a hair. Oh, see that? That's what's wrong. I'll be back. I gotta wax my quill. See that?